What is going on, everybody? This is JR from Dual Influence with another episode of What You Might Have Missed. Now, we're going to be focusing on Marc's Bad Luck, episode 2, which is called Ideas. This episode is not a very long episode, and a lot of the jokes are really on the surface. Not a lot of background stuff, but we did have a few things that you might have missed. Mainly 3, so let's jump right into it here. The first thing you might have missed, some people caught on to this, just in case you missed it, the scene where Marc, Crazy, DC, and Tyler are all trying to brainstorm, come up with ideas to make money. They talk about selling drugs and starting a record label. Well, that little joke kind of refers to cartoon management series Jay's Life, where Crazy mentions, hey, I had a buddy named Jay. He tried those things. None of them worked out in his favor. Just kind of a shout out to cartoon management and Tune over there. He's actually really been helping us too. We kind of wanted to do that as a shout out to him and his series Jay's Life. So if you haven't checked that out, he did about 5 seasons. So make sure you check that out. Just, go on YouTube, search for Jay's Life, or just go on Cartoon Management's channel. It's right there. All right. The next thing that you might have missed in episode 2 is when the guys are sitting there trying to come up with a website, they keep getting men showing up on this alleged porn website. And if you notice, there's a specific person we cut to when they talk about the website, and they say there's another guy on here. There's actually a YouTuber that we're referring to, and the poster in his background is a reference to that actual YouTuber. And there's a reason why we picked him. Now, disclaimer, you can go check this out at your own risk. Google this on at your own risk. If I were you, I might just take my word for it and leave it alone. But DC's line about bananas refers to something this YouTuber was involved in, kind of scandalous. You can check it out if you want, but that's what that's referring to. Don't say I didn't warn you. It's really just not my thing. So no judgment. I'm just saying, that's what we were referring to. Weren't really making fun of him, but for those of you that know of this person and know of this incident he was involved in that was kind of all over the internet a while back, this is what we're talking about. And this is what DC meant when he made his comment about bananas. So check it out if you want, but that's something you might have missed. The last thing, what you might have missed. This is kind of like a little secret, somewhat of an inside secret for the making of Marc's Bad Luck more than anything. It's not something you necessarily might have missed, but when they start talking about the money from Gregory's List, PLM Enterprises, those are things that are actually going to come up later in the series. So keep an eye on that. Vegas and I we actually have an idea for how the series will end. We already have this season mapped out. It just takes time to produce it. So the PLM Enterprises thing is not a coincidence. It's not something we're going to forget about. It's actually really important. So that's a little background thing you want to kind of tuck away for later, because it will come up again. All right. So those are some of the things you might have missed in Marc's Bad Luck episode 2. This next episode we're going to cover, episode 3. It's got a lot of stuff in it. It's a much longer episode, a lot of little jokes in there, a lot of background things you might have missed. So we're going to pick up speed on episode 3, which is Grand Night Out. And to give you guys an update on production, we got our heads down working on episode 8 of Marc's Bad Luck, which is titled Childcare. This one is going to be crazy. And the reason why it's going to take so long, I actually have to do 23 new characters in some shape or form. Maybe not full rigs, but we have so many minor characters in this episode just because of what it deals with, that it's just going to take a while to put all of them together, get them all rigged up, and then start animating. So that's where the bulk of the time went. Is even the main characters, they have to wear different outfits for this episode. So that's where a lot of the time's going. So we appreciate everybody being patient, but here's something to tide you over until we can actually get the episode out. Just showing you some behind the scenes stuff or what you might have missed. If you like what we're doing, make sure you subscribe and make sure you turn those notifications on. And I'll holler at you guys later. This is JR from Dual Influence. Keep watching and keep sharing.